Today is a big day in the city of Guimarães. It is the Derby do Minho, Vitória versus Braga. I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. My name is Howie. This is Positively Portugal. Let's get into it. And I think I care about this game a lot more than Charlie over here does. But what I've been told is that the Derby do Minho, Vitória versus Braga, is the most hate-filled rivalry in all of Portugal. Now, I don't know if I believe that. I know that Benfica and Sporting fans don't like each other. I know that Benfica and Porto fans don't like each other. And having been to a Sporting versus Porto game at the Dragão in Porto, I know for a fact that Porto and Sporting fans don't like each other. Now, if it's true what they say, that the Derby do Minho is the most hate-filled rivalry in Portugal, I don't know how I feel about that. Because it's like teams 4 and 5 are saying that, all right, well, we can't beat 1, 2, and 3, so let's just kick the hell out of each other and see who number 4 is. Yeah, that's interesting. Now, when you combine that with the fact that neither Braga nor Vitória have ever won the Primeira Liga, that makes it a little more off-putting, I guess you can say. And I know that Vitória's main rival, or what used to be the main rival, was Boa Vista. But as time passed and Boa Vista became more irrelevant, it became Braga. And now Boa Vista finds themselves in a situation where they are almost certainly going to get relegated this season. They're sitting at the bottom of the table with 12 points. So here we go, and we're going to pick this up from either the streets of Guimarães or the Estádio Dom Afonso Henriques. So we are out and about on the streets of Guimarães here. I'm having a beer before the game. There's not one single Braga fan out here, and we're planning on keeping it that way. I've seen plenty of games now where there's been no visiting fans at the Estádio Dom Afonso Henriques. And it's not that Vitória fans are violent or anything. We're not. But throughout Portugal, in every single city except for Guimarães, they have 2 favorite teams. They've got their local team and then one of the big 3, whether it be Sporting, Benfica, or Porto. Here in Guimarães, we don't give 2 squirts of piss about Sporting, Benfica, or Porto. In fact, the way that works is we don't like Porto. We really fucking hate Benfica. We don't really care about Sporting. We don't like them. Not at all. But in Guimarães, there's no, oh, I have 2 teams. We don't do that here. So I don't know how many Braga fans are going to make that trip. I'm sure that visiting section is going to be nice and filled up, but these people are not coming out and joining us on the streets. They're not having beers with us. And that's never happened with any visiting fans that have come to Guimarães, at least in the time that I've been here. So, I don't know, I thought I might have seen some conflicts or something, but I'm not gonna see that, because visiting fans they don't screw around with Guimarães. Not at all. And it's nice. You don't have to worry about that, but by no stretch of the imagination are you getting that English hooligan experience. That's not happening in Guimarães. As I've always said, in Guimarães, It's Vitória, and there's nothing else.
Well, you can't see them, but I can assure you that they're there and that they're real. Some Braga fans have made their way into the stadium here, but this is there's not enough of them. It's going to be a very, very pro-Vitória crowd, like to the tune of 98 to 99%. And if I were these Braga fans, I would not have wasted my time in coming here, because there's no good that's going to come out of this. Without a doubt, it's going to burn a Braga fan alive.
All right, I am home. We're back from the Derby do Minho. It's late. I'm tired. Vitória, for some reason, does not play afternoon games at home. I cannot figure this out. I'm too damn old for a Sunday game to start at 8:30 at night. So the game ended 0-0. Vitória dominated the game, and they should have won. Now, the possession was 50.7% to 49.3% in favor of Vitória, but don't let that fool you. The 49.3% that Braga had, not a whole heck of a lot of it, was near Vitória's net. And when Vitória plays, it's usually a matter of two stories. One is they should have won and couldn't finish. The other is they should have won but had a defensive meltdown. This time it was the former. They couldn't finish. I can't understand the managerial strategy here that Diu Michel was left on the bench and did not get into the game. What the hell are we doing here? We're at the point where I honestly believe that Diu Michel is their most dangerous player. Braga looked like they couldn't have cared less. This is a team that's fighting for a European spot, and they just got knocked out of the Europa League. But they looked like they just had something better to do. They were pathetic. Vitória should have won that game, and they should have won that game by more than 1 goal, to be very honest. But same old story with Vitória. Would've, could've, should've, didn't. This was really not a good weekend that I had. Yesterday's trip to Moreirense, although it was a very nice stadium, crap town. Here, the atmosphere was good, but the home team simply is not. And just to finish up this story, the Derby do Minho is not the best rivalry in Portugal. It's not the most hate-filled rivalry. It's not the most intense rivalry. The second the whistle blew, and while the whistle was still in the referee's mouth, you had the Braga players and Vitória players hugging each other and congratulating each other. Oh, you guys were wonderful. No, you were wonderful. Oh, I love the way you play. Blah, 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 blah. Joni loves Chachi. It really is just a rivalry amongst the fans. The players, they absolutely do not care. If I had to pick what I think is the best rivalry in Portugal, I'm going to go Benfica versus Sporting. And it's nothing against Porto. It's nothing against the rivalries that Porto has with Benfica or Sporting. It's just you combine the disdain between the two sets of fans with how good and intense the games have been, especially in recent years. When Benfica and Sporting play, I'm dropping what I'm doing, and I'm watching that game. The Derby do Minho, it was a nice atmosphere, but don't get me wrong, it's overrated. This is not the be-all, end-all in Portugal, because if it is, then, I don't know, Portugal, maybe they should take up baseball or something. But we're going to put a wrap on this video here. I'm tired. I need to go to bed. Now, if you want more videos about Portugal, the process of moving here, Portuguese football, anything Portugal related, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. These are the best things you can do to help a content creator on YouTube. I want to thank you all for watching, and Forza Vitória.